sorry. Thank you so much. Okay, going in the home stretch here. Our next company is Skylift. Skylift is creating a paradigm shift in the way firefighters combat wildfires by changing the way they get their supplies using drone technology. Their heavy lift drones will enable firemen to spend more time extinguishing fires rather than shuttling equipment, saving time, money, and lives. Skylift's drone can carry 100 pounds of tools for 2 miles, 80% faster than a fireman. Please welcome Amir Emadi, CEO.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amir Emadi. I'm the CEO of Skylift Global. I started this company to pursue a family legacy to continue helping people improve their lives. My father was a U.S. cooperative in Iraq, and he was protecting the city there in order to relocate its assets when Iraqi forces broke in and ultimately killed him. Since then, I've dedicated my life to introducing technology to the people who risk their lives to protect ours. And along the way, I advise policymakers on threats against our troops in the last mile of their logistics. And one of the most impressive pieces of technology that I saw was a drone that my brother had developed. My brother is the head of drone development at Caltech. Now, with my father as an inspiration, my brother's technology, and my background lobbying Congress, I created Skylift Global to pursue that vision, to help first responders, specifically firefighters, save time, money, and lives by getting them their supplies during critical times with our heavy lift drones. More and more wildland fires are breaking out each year. Over the last decade, the number of wildfires spanning over 1,000 acres has nearly doubled. And the length of fire season has gone up from 5 to more than 8 months out of the year. And every year, we lose thousands of lives due to fires, and billions of dollars due to firefighting. In fact, California gets to the worst, with some fires costing over $6 million a day to put out. You see, the more time that passes during a wildland fire, the more it costs. And yet, most of a firefighter's time is not spent extinguishing fires. Here's the real problem. Almost all the firefighters' time is spent shuttling equipment, which creates delays. They have to go through acres and acres of steep slopes, flammable brush, and rough terrain, with hundreds of pounds of hose and other sorts of equipment. Helicopters are overkill, too expensive. Trucks can't reach most areas. There is no dedicated logistics solution for this last mile problem. Until now. I'd like to introduce you to Atlas, Skylift's UAV, which can carry the weight of a firefighter's tools, the distance that firefighter needs to travel, in a fraction of the time. You see, the distance that a 4-man crew or a firefighter crew needs to travel between the fire truck and the fire line gets progressively longer as they extinguish that fire. We pull up, fully equipped truck. Incident commander says, I need the equipment dropped off in a certain location. We deploy, we drop off from a safe height at that destination. Now, we did some studies with CAL FIRE and 4 city fire departments in San Diego County, and successfully demonstrated that our drone can save our firefighters more than half of their time in deliveries. What that means is safer firefighters. What that means is 3 times the firefighter. Now, we do this with a patent-pending technology that combines the lift and efficiency of a helicopter with the cost advantage and simplicity of a drone. The Atlas is the first drone to break the power density ratio of 1-to-1, making it 4 times more efficient than any other drone competitor. And that impressed Caltech and JPL enough to become our early adopters. Now, the current solutions are not enough, right? It's impractical for firefighters. It's expensive for helicopters. And trucks can only go so far until they hit rough terrain. It's impossible for commercial drones to do it because they just can't lift. We beat our competitors with our ability to efficiently carry heavier payloads. And that makes us the first and the only dedicated logistics solution for material resupply to our firefighters. Now, there's other markets and other industries that deal with complicated and expensive logistics. But we chose firefighting because we can test and fly our vehicles without regulatory restriction because we're working with a government body. And most importantly, it's a real problem. And fire departments understand this. We work with the San Bernardino County Fire. They provide us payloads, personnel, and a proving ground where we can do our testing. And when they become a paying customer, they have nearly $200 million to work with. They make up one of 31 counties in California that have been designated as wildfire danger zones. They have a combined budget of $3 billion for fire control. We will sell to them through a subscription leasing model through our partner LensSpark. With $1 million, they will get 5 years of the use of a drone, exclusive lease, with its services, the repairs, software upgrades, pilots, training. But let's take a look at last year. Over $10 billion in insurance claims just in California because of property loss due to the fires. $3 billion in workman's comp because our firefighters were injured on the fire line. We help our firefighters suppress the fire in half the time? Imagine the impact we can have on the reduction of economic loss. Imagine the impact that we can have on helping our firefighters save lives. And we break our go-to-market strategy down into 3 steps. First is direct, then channel partners, then licensing. In the first 2 years, we're going to go direct so we can prove out our technology and the processes. Then we can ultimately partner so we can expand sales. We learned something very important in this direct approach, and that's to have an internal champion. Battalion chief in charge of operations, and a deputy chief in charge of checks. We're asking for $2 million, so in 18 months we can get them an autonomous solution. And we're raising $150,000 right now to pilot a vehicle in 8 months. 2 years ago we raised $100,000, but we bootstrapped the rest of the way. We built out a vehicle in that time. We filed for a utility patent. We developed on the electronic system. And we got customers. Now let me be clear. We are not a manufacturing company. We are a hardware as a service company that helps us expand our margins. And after the first 2 years of going direct, we will outsource our manufacturing to our partner Flextronics, which will help cut down our bill of materials cost by 75%. Then we'll take a customer like San Bernardino County to a potential partner like Bell Helicopters, which already provides firefighters with helicopters and helicopter services, in order to expand our sales throughout the rest of California. After that, we'll license and we'll partner to other partners like Bell Helicopter in order to expand into the rest of the United States and into other markets. The potential exit opportunities is an acquisition by one of the partners that's looking for a tech buy on their balance sheet to capture an untapped market, a mid-market segment in logistics for first responders. Now, why us? We have advisors in government sales, we have advisors in firefighting and first response, and most importantly, we have a team of founders who have grown real businesses and built performance vehicles. My background in lobbying Congress and politics has brought us connections like the fire departments and CAL FIRE through congressmen and mayors. It's also brought us a relationship with Caltech, which acts as our R&D support. Jesse, amazing CTO. He managed ING's multi-billion-dollar IT infrastructure for 8 years. Robert, for 25 years, built prototype race cars and endurance cars for Nissan, Jaguar, Toyota, and Porsche. It's funny, somebody recently told me, just like 5 minutes ago, that we stumbled upon a passion. I don't think so. We always had a passion to help our community. it just so happens that what's good for the community, it's also good for business. So let's save time, and save money. Folks, save lives.